Hi Nephanam Guardians, this is Mylaw for the Mylaw Gaming School. Today I am going to teach you how to farm like a boss in Super Saiyan mode. Fan of Goku and Jeta, put your belts on. Super Saiyan mode is on fire. So let's start with the demo first, because there's nothing I hate more than people talking about theory blah 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 first. We want action, then we'll talk. Alright, as usual, let's open a rift. And then you can see that I'm just running around avoiding all the white mobs. Who cares? That's just collateral damage. All I'm looking for is the elite pack. There we go. They drop the death breath I'm looking for, and most of all, they trigger my speed farm. Once I got the cooldown removal buff, I can just chain teleport to the next elite pack, killing them, loot the death breath, and any legendary drops obviously. Then move on again. I don't want to waste my time in opening chests unless they are gold. And of course, I will stop for any pool of reflection. It would be a shame to pass on them.
What you ask is impossible. Feel the wrath of Yitar. I will not do that. The storm breaks. It cannot be done. What you ask is impossible. Feel the wrath of Yitar. It cannot be done. I will not do that.
Note that the goblins are also considered as elite, so killing them is always a winning situation for us.
It cannot be done.
Now is a perfect moment to show you why being fast and killing elites and finding them is so important. You see here that I didn't find any elite pack 15 seconds after I killed the last pack.
What you ask is impossible.
The impact is that I lost the cooldown buff, and I no longer benefit from the instant refresh of my teleport cooldown. You see my buff bar, the sword has disappeared. So now I am just running to the next pack, which is annoying and a waste of time.
It cannot be done. I must lessen my burden. What you ask is impossible. You must defeat us. I will not do that. That guilty is not yet recharged.
And something else to enhance your farming, the Nemesis Bracer. Either you have them on your hero or in the queue. This item is one of my favorites. It will just pop an elite pack whenever you touch a shrine or a pylon. The more elites, the more loot.
I will not do that. What you ask is impossible. I am returning to town. You
Well, you guys have seen how fast it is. So let's see now what is the items that will allow you to do so. Weapons. I am using the Fist Vengeful Wind. It allows you to have 7 more stacks of Sweeping Wind. I'll explain later how it affects this build. And then we have the In-Goem. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest. Anyways, this is the item that will allow you to suppress the cooldown of your teleport. Indeed, the legendary affix allow you to reduce all your cooldown by 10 seconds, and this for 15 seconds. Since the teleport cooldown is lower than 10 seconds, this skill becomes instant and it's always available to use, so you can chain teleport. Alright, now the armor. I am using the Sunwoku set. The 6 pieces bonus gives some specific skills including Wave of Light, an increase in power. Each stack of Sweeping Wind will give you an increase of 1000%, which is incredible since you basically can have up to 3 stacks of Sweeping Winds. This pushes the increase to 3000%. And now you can understand why I'm using the Fist Vengeful Wind, since it adds at maximum roll 7 stacks of Sweeping Wind. The bonus of the Sunwoku 6 pieces will give you 3 plus 7, 10 stacks, which is 10,000 damages increase. What? Now, we know that keeping the stacks of Sweeping Winds can be a pain. So for the lazy players like me, there's an item that allows you to add stacks automatically. The Kyoshiro Soul's Belt. This amazing item adds 2 stacks every second, and you don't even have to do anything. Look how it is without the belt. I have to use a skill and it will expire since I can't hit any mob. Scenario that can happen in Rift if you have no monsters around, nor you are trying to flee or whatever, you're just avoiding white mobs. And now look with the belt. The stacks just goes up and up until it reaches the maximum stacks. Very useful, isn't it? The helmet. I am using the Tokrin Gaze. It will allow you to cast a wave of light at the location of your pointer. To be honest, you don't really need this item if you can tank the damages. As you can see in the demo, I am tanking quite okay, and I cast wave of light right where my hero is, so you can use any helmet you want actually. The passives. So first says the initiative gives you 30% attack speeds whenever you hit an enemy above 75% HP. It is a great boost in DPS. You can have a defensive passive here if you prefer. The second passive is near-death experience. That one is obvious for hardcore gamers. It's a must-have. The third I'm using is Harmony. Basically, it is defensive passive. It will add to each of your resist 40% of the resist of your highest resist given to you by your item. Complicated, but I will explain this synergy and how to maximize it on another video. And then the last passive, it's Beacon of Ether. It is a no-brainer passive, it just reduces all your cooldown by 20%. Now the active skills. Mystic Ally. It will not add any DPS to be honest, even though they are fighting by your side. I am just using those as extra bags of spirits. As you can see, when you need an extra 100 spirits, you just use a skill. If you're using some specific boot that doubles the number of Mystic Ally, the bonus is also doubled. Now my main source of damages, Wave of Light. This skill is increased by the Sunboku set as we seen, synergizing with the Fist, Vengeful Wind and another weapon I am using in the cube. The rune I'm using is Explosive Light. This one gives you a wide area of effect damages. You can use any other runes you like. I just find this one more suitable for my playstyle. I just like AoE damages. I'm using also Mantra of Salvation. That gives you more toughness. The last rune, Agility, gives you plus 35% in dodging chance. You may think 35% of dodge is quite low, but natively since the monk is a dexterity hero, you already get a high percentile of dodge. Then the following skill will add you even more dodge chance, so you can almost have near 100% chance of dodge, which is amazing. The teleport skill, Dashing Strikes with the rune Blinding Strike. Since you can spam it if you trigger the buff of the In-Goem weapon when killing elites, you should be always under the rune effect that gives you plus 40% dodging chance. So the mantra and the teleport runes will give you 70% dodge chance. This is how your toughness gets crazy high, and so does your survivability. The last skill is Epiphany with the rune effect Desert Shroud. This is a defensive skill that gives you 50% incoming damage mitigation. You may notice that I'm not using it that much during the demo. If you feel confident, you can even replace it with another skill. I just keep it in case I am into a situation I don't have my defensive cooldown and this is the last card I can play to survive. At higher greater rift, you want this one up 100% of your time. It's a very useful defensive runes and skill. Your follower. I am using the Templar as this one is more suitable for my playstyle. The best itemization I found so far are Thunder Fury as a weapon. It will spread arc of light, slowing enemy hits. And since it is lightning damages, it will synergize with the ring Ward, which can stun target hit by lightning at 35% of chance. The Amulet S of Jordan. It is very useful as your Templar can group packs of enemy for you, even with the lightning effect of the Thunder Fury. And of course the relic that allows your Templar to be immortal. I rolled a percentile block on it because it would synergize with the shield. You can freeze any enemy whenever your Templar blocks an attack, so you want a high value in blocking chance. For the bracers, I'm using the Pinto Sprite. This item allows you to slow enemy with your wave of light, and in addition, it also increases damages. As weapon in a Kanai cube, I'm using the incense torch of the Grand Temple. The amount of spirit used whenever you press the skill by 50%, and it also increases damage to 550%. Now the bracers and the armor slots, I'm using the Nemesis bracers. No need to explain you, I love to pop elites. For everything that goes with the drops, the loots, and also to trigger the buff of the In-Goem. And for the rings, I'm using the obsidian ring of the Zodiac. So whenever you use a skill that use spirits, for example Wave of Light, every time your cooldown will be reduced. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I wish you a very good farming with the Super Saiyan mode. This is Mylaw for the Mylaw Gaming School.